All right, all right, all right. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome, everybody. It's great to see you all here. If you have your Bibles, let's open up to Matthew chapter 5, verse 33 through 37. You can also take notes in the weekly updates you received in, or you can go ahead and use the YouVersion Bible app under the event sections. You can see our listing under Northeast Christian Church right there. You can go there as well. And also, don't forget that we are live on Facebook Live right now for those that either can't come to church or they're wanting to check it out for the very first time to see what church is kind of about and everything. That's an opportunity for them. So welcome to everybody that's watching on Facebook Live. And I want to encourage all of you guys too, if you haven't done so already, make sure you go ahead, share the video right now and everything. You can take your phone out and do that. I'll know you're not playing games and everything, so you're more than welcome to do that now. I'm going to be honest with you. I've had it. I'm done. I'm done with them. The sheer number of jerks in this world is astronomical, okay? And I'm done with it. Don't you guys feel it? Don't you feel like you're being lied to by everybody? Yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it, right? McDonald's, you're a jerk, all right? You are a jerk because that's what you're telling us we're getting, but we all know we're not getting it. We're getting the other one, right? That's what we get. We get that other one. Everybody knows this. What a jerk, right? Looks like someone, every time I get anything from McDonald's, which has been a very, very long time, okay? I don't do that anymore, okay? But when I would, it always looks like my sandwich got in a fight before they gave it to me, all right? And so, that is false advertising. That is false advertisement. It's pathetic. And I'll say it. Taco Bell, you are a jerk, okay? You are a jerk, Taco Bell. My taco has never looked like that. Has your taco ever looked like that? Mine hasn't. I'll be happy if my taco is filled halfway, all right? And if it is filled halfway, you can guarantee the shell is either broken or soggy or both. Looks like they wrapped it up nice and then they just threw it on the ground, picked it back up. Here you go, sir. Man, that's false advertisement right there. That is, all right? And that's pathetic. That's pathetic, all right? What about you, Arby's? I'll say it. Arby's, you do not have the meat. I don't care what Dustin over here says, all right? You do not have the meat, Arby's, because I actually like Arby's, but seriously, that thing looks amazing. That is absolutely amazing, but that's what we're getting. That's exactly what we're getting, all right? Yeah. You're a jerk, Arby's. Actually, you want to know how much a jerk Arby's is? This is not their only offense. Let's see that other one, all right? Yeah. I love Arby's. I love it. But my sandwich has never looked like that. My sandwich has never, ever, ever looked like that. That's false advertisement. That's pathetic. But you know what? You know who the biggest jerk of them all is? I'll tell you. It's Subway. Subway, you are a jerk. All right? You are a jerk, Subway. I've never thought about bringing a ruler, but apparently I need to. $5 foot long. I realize $5 11-inch long doesn't, roll off the tongue as well, but still, this is false advertisement. This is a lie. You know what? You know what would be easier? Make the sandwich an extra inch. That's it. You don't have to lie. You don't have to, but they don't. And this is pathetic. This is despicable. This is false advertisement. And so, in a world with all these sandwich liars, what are we to do? Because the truth is a rare commodity, isn't it? The truth is a rare commodity, which means our words tend to have less and less meaning, to at times even no meaning. Have you ever walked into a place with this sign right here, walk-ins welcome? Every time I go into a place that says walk-in welcome, you know what they say? You should have made an appointment. What? Or this one, the biggest sale ever. Everybody says it's the biggest sale ever. Who's lying? Who's telling the truth? There's only one that can be the biggest ever. Only one. Okay? This is a lie. The one I hate the most is this right here. Same as cash. No, it is not same as cash. This is nothing like same as cash. All right? You know how you can tell? Miss one payment. And you'll be like, this is not the same as cash. All right? This is the exact opposite. All right? This is horrible. This is not the same as cash. all right? You ever try to go ahead and get approved for an auto loan? They tell you everybody gets approved. Try that with bad credit. It's not happening, okay? You try that with bad credit. It's not happening. Ladies, have you ever been on a date and at the end of it, he looks at you and goes, "I'll call you," but then never does? Man, what a jerk, right? That guy's a jerk. Full of liars. Gentlemen, don't worry. I didn't forget about you guys, all right? All right, gentlemen, when you're out on that date and she just says, "I'm not that hungry. I'll just have a few bites of yours." You know what? Few equals 3 in my book, all right? Depending on the size of those bites, okay? 1 bite might just, 2 bites might just be 1, okay? I'll just say it, all right? I don't share food. You ask my wife, I don't share food. She's like, "Can I try some of yours?" I'm like, "No. You can try some of mine." Man, if I wanted yours, I'd have ordered it. Okay? Yeah, that's so mean. No, it's not. It's not mean. It's real life, all right? Listen, I'm being honest. I'm up here saying what all men are thinking right now. Truth is a rare commodity nowadays, which means our words have less and less meaning to no meaning at all. So I want you to turn to Matthew chapter 5, verse 33 through 37. It says this, "Again, you have heard that it was said to the people long ago, 'Do not break your oath. Do not break your oath, but fulfill to the Lord the vows you've made.'" Do not break your oath. And I want to talk to you a little bit about oaths real quick, all right? Here's the deal. An oath is essentially, and really quickly, it's a promise, okay? It is a promise, or a better definition is this: a solemn promise, often invoking a divine witness regarding one's future actions or behaviors. All right, that's the actual definition, but let me go ahead and say it this way. An oath is basically a way of reinforcing your words, giving your words more weight, giving your words more weight than they might have on their own, which kind of means your words weren't enough to begin with. Like, your words weren't enough to begin with, and we do this all the time. Like, we don't think about it, but we make these promises, aka oaths, all the time. And what we'll do, we'll make a promise on, we do weird stuff. We'll do it on someone's grave, right? "No, I swear on my great-grandmother's Edith's grave that I will not be late." Why would you do that? No, that's horrible. We do it on the living too. We do it on the living. "I swear on my child's life, I'll pay you back." What? That's despicable, right? And we do it on God as well. "I swear to God, I'm not lying," which translates, you're lying. It translates you're lying, doesn't it? You are. And that's like an oath. Now here's the deal. This is back in Jesus' day, truth was a rare commodity as well. This is why we're talking about this right now. All right, it was a rare commodity back then too. And what they would do is they would make these oaths to give their words more weight, to get people to believe them. All right, a lot of times you'll see in the New Testament or the Old Testament, there's like 30 biblical references. All right, Leviticus and Numbers specifically have several references to vows, and the point was, like, a vow was never something that you entered into lightly. It was never something you did on a whim. You don't just make a promise on a whim, because they had consequences. Like, if you didn't follow through with your word, if you didn't follow through with your vow, your oath, then it had consequences, specifically those made to God. Specifically those made to God. And it's something you didn't do this lightly. And that's why Jesus is referring here. He's saying, listen, you heard it said, do not break your oath. Don't break your oath. Why? Why? He says, do not break your oath, because people would do that. People would break their word all the time. They'd enter into this oath. They say, "I promise, I promise, I promise." And they would break it all the time. The Pharisees had this complex system of rationalization. And they would hide, and they would use words to hide the truth, to hide the true meaning of what they were trying to get at. And so they would make these promises, they would make these oaths, but then behind closed doors, they say, "Remember what I said out there? Remember what I said out there in front of everybody? Well, because I didn't say this, and because I did say this, then that just means that this oath was just an oath. It wasn't what we would call a solemn oath, which means I can pretty much just change and do whatever I want. I can twist it however I want to. I can get out whatever I want." And so the Pharisees would use this oath to lie, to manipulate, to shade the truth, to get and do whatever they wanted to. And they would do it, they would say it, they'd get what they want, and they move on their merry way. And that's the world that Jesus is speaking to. Which, let's just be honest with ourselves, sounds very similar today, doesn't it? Very, very similar today. And so Jesus, with the format of the Sermon on the Mount, says, you have heard, I say this. He says, you've heard, don't break an oath. And then he continues on with the true meaning. Listen to what it says. He says, but I tell you, do not swear an oath at all. He says, don't do it. Either by heaven, for it is God's throne, or by earth, for it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Do not swear by your head. You cannot make even one hair white or black. All you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond that comes from the evil one. And so he says, there is no swearing of oaths at all. He goes, don't make these promises. Don't make these grandiose promises. Don't try to give more weight to your words. And whatever you do, don't do it on heaven. That belongs to God. Okay? Don't swear on heaven. It belongs to God. Don't swear on the throne. Why? That belongs to God too. Don't even swear on your own head. Why? Because we're purchased at a price. Guess what? We belong to God as well. We belong to God as well. And so instead, he's telling the men and women, he says, listen, you need to be men and women of your word. If you're taking notes, I want you to write that down today, okay? We must be men and women of our word. We have to be men and women of our word. Jesus, he was tired of it. He was sick and tired of it. He got to the heart of this issue of dishonesty. This dishonesty was his major breakdown in communication, and he attacks it. He comes full force at it. And this sermon on the oath was setting up for what he's going to say later on in Matthew chapter 12, verse 36. He says, I tell you that everyone will have to give an account on the day of judgment for what? Every empty word they have spoken. Truth is a rare commodity. And because of that, our words become empty. It was never supposed to be that way. Jesus is telling us that your words should have meaning. Your words should mean something. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. When you say you can, you do. You say you do. If you can't, then you're honest and you say, I can't. We must be men and women of our word. I mean, what if we would consider the weight of our words the way the Lord does? What if we would do that? What if we, instead of using words to manipulate and to shade the truth and to get away with things, what if we stopped doing that? All right? And we just simplified it. I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but the truth is very simple. The truth is, lies are complicated. The truth, no. It's very, very simple. It simplifies everything. If we would just commit to that, we don't have to add anything extra to what we're saying in order to get the point across. Why? Because, well, as Jesus would say, your yes actually means yes. Your no actually means no. This is another translation. Jesus says, let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. Let that happen. All right? That's what we should. So say what you mean. Say what you mean. Do what you say. Let's be those people. Let's be those people rather than the people that are saying yes, but really meaning no. Let's not be the people that are shaking their heads going, no. You don't realize how hard that is to do, okay? I practice that like all week. It's actually very difficult, all right? But let's not be those people. That's what Jesus is calling. He says, you need to be men and women of your word. And he says, here's the deal. The truth is very, very simple. As a matter of fact, this is the simplicity of the truth means this. I want you to write this down. The simplicity of the truth is yes means yes. And what? No means no. Oh, man. Jesus is calling us to simplify things. Simplify things. Your yes actually means yes. Your no actually means no. He's calling us, and here's the deal. He is calling us to this in every single area of our life. There is no area in your life that is exempt from the truth, from honesty. There is none, not a single one. And I have to say, this is a lesson I'm learning myself. This is a lesson that your pastor is learning himself. I'm learning that there is no area that is exempt from this. Absolutely none. Like, I like to think, here's the deal. I like to think that I'm an honest person, that I have integrity, that my yes means yes, my no means no. And honestly, some of you are like, yeah, I've had conversations. Justin's really honest. You might say that. Justin's really honest, like maybe even brutally honest. Yeah, I've gotten that before. I can be brutally honest. But here's the deal. I'm going to tell you. Every single area, we have to be, and I have actually recognized an area where I'm not. Pride in my life has caused me not to be totally honest. Not to be totally honest. And to shade the truth. Because pride, because I don't want to look weak. Simple fact, I don't want to look weak. And here's what it is, all right? There's this one area in my life, all right, where I don't want to look weak. I want to look big. I want to look strong, powerful, whatever. And this is the area is I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 4 days a week, all right? Hour-and-a-half class, 4 days a week, in like a really sweaty, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a cargo area. Roll the doors up, construction and stuff like that. That's where we're at. All right? And it's the most intense thing I've ever done in my entire life. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. It's great. I mean, I'm doing fantastic. I'm getting in better shape than I've ever been in my entire since Toby was born 8 years ago. This is the best shape I've been in, okay? And so I've been doing this. I've been dieting. I've been doing training with these gentlemen that are much bigger, much stronger, and just flat out better than I am. 4 days a week. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm not getting smaller. And these guys are all staying the same size. They're destroying me. I am getting beat up. I'm getting beat up. I will come home after working out at night, and I'll take my shirt off, and I'll have bruises all over my body. And Faye will look at me, and she goes, What in the world happened to you? And I'll just go, jiu-jitsu. Or I'll walk in, I'll be holding my arm like this. And she'll go, what happened to your arm? And I'm all, nothing happened to my arm. I'm holding it here because my ribs hurt. What happened to your ribs? Jiu-jitsu. So it's doing great, but, I get beat up. I get beat up quite frequently. Now, here's the thing. They have this thing about how we have to take care of our training partners. Because here's the deal. If you hurt your training partner too bad, guess what? You don't have a training partner anymore. So you don't want to hurt your training partner. You want to take care of your training partner. And that's what we always, hey, listen, take care of your training partner, okay? Take care of them. Watch out for them. And so a lot of times what they'll do is, we'll get down, be on the ground, and they'll say, one will look at the other and say, hey, how's everything going? You feeling all right? You got any aches and pains? Because here's the problem. Here's the deal. Every single one of us have nagging injuries. Every single one of us has something. And so you say, hey, is there something I need to watch out for? Hey, is there something that I need to steer clear of? All right? And then, you share that. You're supposed to share that. You're supposed to say, hey, yeah, I'm hurting here. Please be careful with this. All right? But guess what? It's the one area where I'm lying. Okay? I'll be honest with you. I'm lying. They'll look at me and, hey, you feeling all right? And I'll go, yeah, no. See how hard it is? No. I'll shake my head yes, but I'm saying no. Okay, I want you all to try that with me, all right, on the count of three. Head up and down, go, no. Bunch of liars. The duplicity in this room is ridiculous, all right? And so here's basically what kind of happens. Let me see if I do this. So we'll be kneeling across from each other like this, all right? And I'll be all, like, haggard and, droop down. Hold on, wait. Sweaty, profusely sweaty, okay? Hold on. It's my craft, okay? So I'll be dripping sweat profusely, and I'll just be like sitting in front of this fella, And he'll be like, you okay, bro? And I'll just say, yeah, man, let's go. Like that. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. You know what? Like I say, yeah, man, let's go. Let's do this. I'll say that, but you know what? You know what I'm thinking inside? Man, I can't move my arms. I might be having a heart attack right now. Can't feel my lower extremities at all. That's never good. And I think I broke it. My body, the whole body's broken. That's what I'm thinking. But what do I say? What do I say? I go, yeah, man, let's do this. And I go for it. Here's the deal. If I do that, I'm going to get hurt really bad. And then my partner's not going to have somebody to train with. Like, we're trying to take care of each other. But I'm not letting him take care of me. Why? Because I'm lying. My yes does not mean yes. My no does not mean no. And here's the deal. I've recognized it. I've recognized it that I need to be honest in every area of my life. The reason why I'm not being honest in this area of my life, why? I don't want to look like a wimp. I don't want to look weak. I don't want to look pathetic. But here's the deal. I'm getting over that, and I'm learning that, all right? Because why? This is an integrity issue. This is an integrity issue on my part. And so I've now gotten to the point. Where they look at me, and I'm just slumped over like this, and they're like, are you okay, man? And here's the deal. If I'm okay, I'll go, if I'm really okay, I'm honest with myself. Yeah, I'm okay. Let's do this, man. But if I'm not okay, I'm going to be honest. If I'm not okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go, no, man, I'm not okay. My neck hurts really bad. So does my right shoulder, both elbows. I'm pretty sure I pulled something in my leg here. My ankle hurts. My ribs right here on this side. Can you watch out for that right there? Really careful. I'm pretty sure my pinky's not supposed to do that right there. I might be getting carpal tunnel, all right? I got a really bad headache. Had that for the last hour or whatever, and I'm a little gassy too. Okay, so let's just watch out for all that. Just list off everything that's going on, and they look at me and they go, "All right, man, let's go." And he takes care of me. He takes care of me, and I don't walk out going, "Oh, that was a bad idea." I walk out going, "Whew, I'm really glad I told them. I'm really glad I told them." Jesus calls us to be honest in every single area of our life. There is no area that is exempt from the truth. None. Not a single one of them. Jesus tells us this. He calls us to this integrity because he wants us to develop this reputation. That means we don't have to preface anything. We don't have to preface any of our words with anything else to get them to believe us. Our reputation, our lives will do that for us. We don't have to say, you can really believe. You don't have to say anything like that. You don't have to preface any of your statements. You don't have to say, this is really true. No. Why? Because your life says this is true. Your lifestyle, your testimony is so much that you don't have to add anything else to your words. Your yes means yes. Your no means no. And this is what God is calling us to in every area of your life. You're taking notes. I want you to write this down. We need to commit, okay? Commit to integrity so there is no need for an oath. We need to commit to integrity so that there is no need for an oath. And I'm just going to ask you guys this question. What does our world look like? What does our world look like if we all start doing this? How does our world change? What happens to this ever-increasing jerk population if we were just more honest? What happens if your work when you're more honest? And your fellow coworkers, your boss was more honest? What happens with your friendships when honesty prevails? What happens there? What happens in your families if we're being more honest? What happens in your marriage when you're honest with each other? What happens there? I believe that this is what changes us. I mean, I even believe, here's the deal. What happens when we're honest in our church? What happens to our church? Better yet, ready? What happens in our world when they see Christians, the church, being more honest? What happens then? What happens then? Because here's the deal. Honesty it starts right here. It is a heart issue. Honesty starts here. We're not born honest. We're not born honest. You know how you can tell? Look at all your kids, okay? If you are the one that looks at me and says, my kid would never lie to me, they've got you wrapped around their finger, okay? I feel bad for you, okay? Because guess what? No, they will lie to you. They do lie to you, and they will lie to you. Because the truth is a discipline that you learn. The truth is a discipline that you learn through experience, through life, and better yet, through Jesus. See, when Jesus comes into our world, when he comes into our life, who is he? He is the way, he is what? The truth and the life. Like, when you get Jesus, you get the truth. You get the truth living inside of you. And here's the deal. Even though that happens doesn't mean it's always going to keep, you're going to be completely honest then. You're going to tell the truth. That doesn't always mean it. You have to live under the power of the Holy Spirit continually in order to live that life and to live the truth that's inside of you. You still need to do that. Because you still have these tendencies to shade the truth, to cover up. And we all know we do it. And when we do, we become the jerks that nobody can trust. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that person in this world. I don't want to be a jerk. I want to be the follower of Christ that everybody can trust. You see, life that is surrendered to Jesus, the truth, is committed to pursuing integrity. And when you pursue integrity, you are committed to integrity. There's no need for a promise. There is no need for an oath. The truth is essentially getting rid of the overwhelming jerk population. It truly is. It's getting rid of the jerk population that we have this problem with. And so Jesus has called us as men and women of his. As men and women, we need to be men and women of our word. We need to let our yes be yes. Let our no mean no. And this is not just in certain areas. This is not just at work. This is not just in your personal friendship. This is not just where, at your gym. This isn't just at your school. This is every single area of your life. Every single area of your life. You are not exempt from the truth. And so we are called to that in every single area of life, because here's the deal. Here's the deal. Because when it comes, we cannot afford any more false advertisement when it comes to the church. The church cannot afford any more false advertisement. So let our yes be yes. Let our no be no. Let's commit ourselves to integrity so there's no need for anything else. Will you pray with me now? Lord, I love you, and I thank you for all that you've done and all that you've given us. And I praise you, and Father, as we continue to learn about you, about your ways, and all that you mean, Lord, I pray that you guide us, help us to be the men and women that you have called us to, that everything we say is the truth. Help us to be men and women of our words in every single area of our life. Let our yes be yes or no be no. And when we are not, Lord, I pray your conviction to please be upon us. Help us to recognize that. Help us to make the necessary changes to that. And help us to be more and more like your Son. Help us to continue to put on the clothes that you have laid out for us, the wardrobe you've laid out for us. I realize, God, that I have been a jerk so many different ways, so many different times. I ask, God, that you help me and us as this faith family to put you on. Because when they see outside of here, this world, when they look at us, they don't see the jerks that we are, but they see you on us, in us. I praise you and I thank you. In your holy and precious name we pray here today. Amen. Will you all stand with us now as we sing?